Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for viewing my video. I have been gone for a minute on uploading. I believe the last time I uploaded something, it was around Halloween. It has been a long time, and I actually had a Christmas video I wanted to upload on these two Grinch tumblers that I made, and I never got around to editing them and uploading them. I was just so busy with Christmas orders, but I am back and I'm going to try my best to stay more consistent when it comes to uploading and sharing the tumblers that I do make. The tumblers I'm making now in this video are going to be snow globes, so you can learn how to make them for the first time if you haven't done so already. And I'm actually going to show you guys how to color the liquid. I will be using 3 separate examples, even though you see 4 here. One is actually going to be clear. It's actually an order that I'm doing for Valentine's Day, so I just went ahead and included it in this video. The ratio that I use for the snow globes, so I use distilled water, which would be half a cup, and then I use vegetable glycerin, as you can see, and then Elmer's clear glue. With both of those, you want to use 1/4 cup. So I will be adding all of those to this measuring cup, which I've got these from Dollar Tree, so you're not having to go, out of your way to buy anything to help measure your liquid out. And I ordered this vegetable glycerin from Amazon and Elmer's glue from Walmart, distilled water from Walmart. It's actually the Great Value brand as well. So not anything too expensive when it comes to creating this liquid for your snow globe. So these designs that I'm making, besides the order for Valentine's Day, will be my first time actually making them as well. Most of the videos I do make, majority of the time I'm recording myself doing it for the first time. And thankfully, for the most part, they do come out pretty well. And if they don't, I just don't upload them. But here, I'm really excited. I love how they came out. I can't wait for you guys to see the end result of these tumblers. I will be adding them to my shop for anyone that does want to purchase them. But yeah, so here I just went ahead and added in the vegetable glycerin, and now I'm going to add the glue. Throughout this video, I will be speeding up the video just to save, time. Originally putting all my videos together, me recording, it ended up being like 3 hours, so I really wanted to cut back time because no one wants to watch a 3-hour video on how to do snow globes. It's really the same technique over and over, but I just wanted to show you guys what the liquid looks like depending on the coloring that you're using. So one I'm using will be acrylic paint, one will be food coloring, which is definitely my very favorite one to use, and then I'll be using mica powder. So the acrylic paint definitely surprised me. It was my first time using it on here, and I thought that it would settle at the bottom of the cup with the glitter, and it didn't. Like, the cup is still blue, and I am really loving it. So acrylic paint is definitely one of the top ones now as well. So food coloring and acrylic paint are like my #1 for the coloring for this liquid. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this video up a little bit. So after adding all 3 of the liquids into the container, you do want to make sure that you mix really well. I just got this wooden sticks from Walmart, I believe, but I'm sure you can get them from the Dollar Tree. They're fairly cheap. I also have this electric mixer that you'll see. It takes batteries, so there it is. So it's really good with mixing it as well. I actually saw someone else use this, so this is my first time using it. It did create some like little micro bubbles, and then in the bottom of my cup, I didn't realize that I didn't clean the glue from the bottom, so it kind of came up as I was stirring it, but I was able to just kind of pick that out of there once I realized that it was kind of like floating inside. But you do just want to use, not a lot, but enough to be able to color. Maybe do it a little at a time. See, like, that's the extra glue piece that was stuck to the bottom of my container that I completely forgot to fill up. So if you're using these plastic containers and you're mixing your glue and everything, the glue will dry, which will make it really easy to clean. So it'll be good to just peel out once you let it kind of dry in there. But I did notice that using the mixer for the first time did create, you know, kind of like a fizzled look to it. But once it goes inside the cup, that all disappears. So I was a little concerned, but then I'm doing a beach cup, so I was like, okay, whatever. If it's white in the inside of the cup, it'll be fine. But I'd rather just mix by hand, which does not take that long to do. As long as you got like a wide, you know, wooden brush or something that's wide enough to kind of like scrape the sides and make sure you get, you know, fully in there with a good mix, then you're good to go. And I know you saw me just add a little bit of mica powder. I saw, as I was going through my mica powders to do the pink cup that I'm going to be doing, I saw blue in there, and it's like a very like iridescent electric blue with like a little shimmer. So I figured if I added it to my acrylic paint, it can maybe pop out and kind of give the acrylic paint a little bit of, you know, shimmer once it goes inside of the cup. So that's definitely a choice. You don't have to do it. I just thought that I would add it in there just to see if it would change the color of the actual cup. So once everything is fully mixed, I will be adding the liquid to their own individual applicator bottles, and you can get these from Dollar Tree. I actually need to get more of these, but these are good to fill your snow globes with, and you don't have to do a lot unless you're doing a lot of orders for the same style cup. That is enough to fill the entire snow globe, which is great. But of course, sometimes it's good to maybe make multiple of the same one, so you're not constantly having to make the same mixture over and over. But yeah, and then the easy cleanup, of course, is just to kind of wipe out the same cup with paper towels. So the mica powder that I am using is a very light pink, and I got it from Arteza. The name of the mica powder is called Bubble Bath. I love it. It looks very silky. It has like a very like shiny look to it. You'll be able to see more of that once I take videos of these cups outside. I really love how that pink looks. Oh my god. But the only thing with mica powder, which you guys will see, is that it does settle with the glitter. But it takes hours to do so though. Like it doesn't settle immediately, so the glitter will fall to the bottom, and it would take probably, I want to say like maybe 4-5 hours for it to completely all settle down, which I don't think is that big of a deal. But if you want to sell something, you know, a glove with mica powder, I would definitely make sure that it's somewhere within your description for the customer to know that the cup does not stay that color consistently like it would with the acrylic paint and the food coloring. So now I'm adding the black food coloring. I did a little by little, and I saw that it was, you know, too transparent to me. Like I wanted it to be super, super dark. I even, after I put it in the bottle, I even added a few more drops just to make sure. This is the food coloring that I got from Amazon, and it came with 24 colors, and I want to say that it was less than $15 for it. Definitely worth it. It really is. So, you know, you don't really have to use too much, but I just wanted to be sure that it was not going to be transparent, so I went a little over the top. The Grinch tumbler that I made around Christmas, I did green, which I was fine with it being transparent. I didn't put a lot of green in the liquid. And you know what, I think I will actually upload that video, even though we're past Christmas. You know, I think I will actually add it in there. I feel like it's a timeless video, and people, you know, at some point will view it and maybe want to make the same thing. You know, I feel like I love the Grinch, and no matter what season it is, so I will at some point definitely upload the video for that. So here, now that all of our liquids are complete, I am removing the stickers from the bottom of the snow globes because we're getting ready to drill the holes. So the drill that I have is the master drill, or drill master. It's a hand drill. It's very little. I got it, I want to say I got it from Amazon. I pretty much ordered everything from there. Even though I, you know, after the fact, I learned that Harbor Freight has the same drill for a little bit cheaper, but it's no big deal, you know. It does what it needs to do, even though I know a lot of people do use the hot fix tool. I feel like if something isn't broke, I'm not going to fix it or try to fix it. So I feel like my drill works perfectly fine. To each their own. Some people like using the hot fix tool, some people don't. It really, you know, it's about preference. You know, I know everyone likes to find things that are easier to do. The quickest way to do things. Some people are scared that they may drill through the second layer, so I can completely understand why certain people don't want to use a drill. So I'm not using a heavy duty drill. It's definitely smaller to where you can feel and know that, you know, you're going through the first layer. So as soon as I pop through the first layer, I just go around in a circle to make the hole a little bigger. The bigger the hole, the better for the bubbles to be able to escape, as well as the glitter being able to go through. Okay, so I am adding blue tape around the back of the hole, and this is to make sure that none of the glitter falls. Some will, of course, glitter gets everywhere, but it's definitely a safety to make sure that it doesn't like fully spill over. Some people do use funnels, and I just prefer this way. I feel like it's a little bit faster for me. So yeah. The glitter that I am using is by Glitterific Appeal. I love her glitters. I do. I feel like they're really good priced. And honestly, I have been shopping at Michael's and I think Hobby Lobby, you know, just the usual like craft stores, Walmart for glitter. And Glitterific Appeal is the first small business that I actually started to buy glitter from, and I feel like she is great, and the shipping is pretty fast. I love all of her glitters. They come in bags, but I went ahead and purchased the bottles to transport them in to make it a little bit easier for myself, but I definitely love her glitters. The pink one that I use is called Higher Love. I use the same glitter for my Valentine's Day cup, which is the one that I'm doing now. And the white glitter that I used is called Mirage. It has like this very like shimmery silver iridescent look to it. I love it. I'm using Mirage again for the beach cup. So, you know, just add a little bit white in there. And then I'm going to be using this fine blue glitter. Yes, fine glitter. I know a lot of people debate on adding fine glitter to snow globes, but I've never had a problem with it. So I'm not exactly sure what issues. I know people have issues with clumping, but I don't know if it's because of my liquid ratio that helps me out, or is it because I don't put it in there first. I kind of put it in there on top of the chunky glitter. And I went very heavy-handed on this blue glitter because I'm a little biased. I love blue, and this is going to be a beach cup, so I wanted it to look more beachy once I add a gold glitter line around the bottom, and you'll be able to see that a little bit later in the video. I feel like I added a little too much blue, so I was like, let me see if I can bump out a little bit. I went a little overhand with that, but overall, that I'm really obsessed with the blue, and it was actually my first time using that blue as well. Definitely have to use it on a regular tumble once I go to start doing some more beach cups on actual stainless steel cups as well. So here I'm taking a little snack break. But I really enjoy making these snow globe tumblers a lot more than doing the stainless steel. So I don't know, I just hope I'm able to find more of these cups, because if you know and you use these cups, they are kind of hard to find sometimes, but I feel like they're coming back in season soon. More when it gets towards the summer, spring. But yeah, so the glitter I just used is a rose gold chunky glitter from Michaels. They're like little circles. It's the only color glitter that I'm going to be adding to this cup. Since I don't think any other color would have looked right. I was debating on adding another one because I like to add at least 2 or 3 different glitters. But I feel like this one will just do it justice with the rose gold, pink mica powder with it, and then the vinyl, because I will be adding designs to all of these. The vinyl that I am putting on top will be rose gold as well. So I didn't want to take away from that by adding any other color. So this black glitter I'm using is called Hailstorm. It's all black, and then there's these iridescent purple and green, a little bit of orange I want to say, in there. I decided to use that one for this cup. It's going to be the all black cup, and you'll be able to see the iridescent pieces through it being all black, which is great. And I'm putting leopard print on this cup. The leopard print that I will be using, I printed it out on black vinyl, but I sprayed it, which I will show you guys. I sprayed it with a Mod Podge iridescent spray, and I think it came out really, really great. It's actually a sealer that I use, but I wanted it to complement the glitter in the inside. Okay guys, so we are adding our liquids now, and you do not want to, sorry that this is out of frame, but you do not want to fill your cup up all the way. Like if I can spread one tip to people that are making snow globe cups, especially for the first time, because everyone has their own techniques, do not fill your cup up the whole way once you start to add it. As you see here, I'm shaking it back and forth. I'm turning it upside down, trying to seal the bottom with the paper towel. You can also use tape, which I will, for a couple of the cups, which does save, you know, the strength of having to like really hold it, but it still leaks out, you know, even with the tape. But fill it up as you go, as you shake, as you maneuver. Turning it upside down definitely helps to get to the very top of the cup where you know the glitter will get stuck at. It definitely helps a lot if you do not fill the cup up all the way, and I cannot stress that enough. So it does take, you know, a little bit to be able to sit there, and you want to rub the cup, you know, in between your hands to kind of shake it up and play with it for a little bit, just to make sure that you get to the very top. And it's not only to get to the glitter, but if you don't do it that way, you will not be adding full water or, you know, liquid to your cup. So if there's glitter blocking the liquid from going to the very, very top, once it does kind of pull down from the top, the liquid won't be enough to fill the top, if that makes sense. So you definitely do want to make sure that your liquid reaches the top before you completely fill it all the way up. Okay, so once all of your liquid is completely filled, you want to go ahead and wipe down the bottom really good with alcohol, rubbing alcohol. And I can't stress that enough as well. Make sure that it is completely dry, not sticky, no residue, because it will be hard to plug in your hole. Okay, so here I use transfer tape. I use clear transfer tape. I just cut strips to the size that I need. People use furniture bumpers, glue sticks. I have used a glue stick before, never used furniture bumpers. And I definitely prefer my tape. And I say that because I can cut it to whatever size I need it to be. Sometimes I make the foil, the party foil confetti in the inside, and I cut out pieces. I made the Grinch, I made lips for my Mean Girls cup, and I want to be able to fit those pieces in and cut a bigger hole if I need to in order to get it to fit without having to worry about it being a particular size for a furniture bumper. So I would love to be able to use those pieces, which I kind of could, but I just feel like, I don't know, I just don't want to have to worry about the hole being a specific size for something. So I don't know, I just feel like it's easier for me to be able to just use the clear vinyl. And some people do use other tapes. I want to say there's like Gorilla Glue tape, which I may start using once this runs out. It's just a strip of the sheet that I have, but that's what I prefer to use. So here I am doing my UV resin, adding the glitter from each cup in there. I'm going to mix it up and then add it to the bottom. You don't have to do both glitters. If you did 2 glitters, you probably can just pick one that's in the cup and it will look perfectly fine. So now that I have all of my UV resin on the bottom of the cups, I am using this mini UV light. I believe it was $6 from Amazon to go ahead and seal this in. And the thing with you using UV resin, you do want to stick it out in the sunlight. So it'll be better once it kind of, can get a little hard, in the house with the UV light. But you can go outside, put it outside for maybe 5 minutes, and it'll be good to go. It doesn't even have to be a full 5 minutes. So once it's in the sun, it'll cure a lot faster and it won't be sticky. sometimes I like to add a couple layers to the bottoms of my cups if I'm using chunky glitter, especially because I don't want any of those pieces to be poking through the UV resin that I'm using. With chunky glitter or with fine glitter, you don't necessarily have to do that. It's good to add more than one layer though, just to make sure that everything is completely secure. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding my vinyl to the cups, but I want you guys to see how the mica powder settled to the bottom and how it'll look. If you decide to do mica powder, it will definitely look clear. But again, I don't see a problem with it. I just definitely think if you're going to use it, just to let your customer know that the color does not say solid like this blue or this black. And then the clear is definitely very crystal clear. So these are all of the vinyl pieces that I've already weeded through. I have my Ghostface for my Valentine's cup, my roses for the rose gold, my black. You can't really see, well, at all really, the iridescent spray that I use for the black leopard print. But here's a spray that I got from Michael's. I believe it was $15. Very overpriced in my opinion. But anyway, so I just really wanted to use it. I saw it and I actually used it for a all black cup and it's beautiful in the sun. So it's definitely something that I will buy again. But do I think it's worth $15? No, I do not. So here I am cutting out the vinyl or transfer tape for the vinyl, and I will be doing the full wraps on the cups. I purchased this SVG through Etsy. It's definitely where I get majority of my designs from. Sometimes I'll design things myself. I do have a silhouette cameo, so there is a feature where you can use the taper in the business edition and be able to design these. But sometimes I feel like it's easier and saves time for me to just buy something for $1 or $2. It doesn't always have to be on Etsy. Sometimes I'll Google to reach other sellers on different websites to, you know, support other small businesses. But here I will be using this little makeshift thing, which I'm sure plenty of you guys have seen, just to pull noodles with the pipes from Home Depot, to just put this little thing together in order to kind of hold the cup so it's not rolling all over the place. So do I generally do wraps of vinyl? No, I don't. I do not. So it was my first time actually putting it on there, and I was okay with doing it this way even though it wasn't completely even, only because it's easy to just pick up the pieces and move them if I need to. So you'll see me kind of, once I can place this on there, you will see me kind of just pick up a few of the leopard spots and just kind of readjust them a little bit, and it was perfectly fine. I just didn't do it as even as I should have or could have, but they are individual pieces. It's not like it's one big piece. So you'll see me do something a little bit different when I do the rose gold cup, to where I'll cut out the middle of the backing, so I make sure that it is cut or, you know, layered on there very, very evenly. only because the roses are really big and they're all kind of attached, so I didn't want to have to fill up anything. And I also use a rose gold chrome vinyl, so sometimes when you pull that up, it will stretch the vinyl a little bit. So I had some pieces that would not come off the backing of the vinyl paper, so I went ahead and just readjusted them. So now I'm going to move forward. Still, we're using the same transfer tape as much as I possibly can before, having to use anything additional. Now I'm going to be adding in my beach theme with the seashells and starfishes onto this cup. And again, with this one as well, the pieces are a little smaller, so anything that needs to be adjusted, I definitely did. I will also be adding in a mermaid, but she's not white, so or in white vinyl. So I did all of this in white vinyl because I feel like it will look really good with the whole beach theme. And then I'll be adding a boat strip at the bottom of this cup. So I did her in a iridescent holographic vinyl. So I am really obsessed with this cup. It came out a lot better than I could have imagined. And again, this is my first time doing this cup. So I was really just kind of going off my creativity and thinking like, okay, what can I do next? What else can I add to this? So I had to move or adjust a couple of the pieces to get the mermaid to fit, which originally when I designed it on the computer, she did fit on there. So I think I just kind of forgot where I was placing her. So I was like, let me just move a few of the small pieces kind of over just to make sure that she is secure. This vinyl that I use is Cricut, and I've used it plenty of times, but for some reason the backing was getting stuck to the back of the vinyl. I hate that, and I don't know how that really happens, but the only brand that I hate that does that really is Starcraft. Oh my god. That vinyl is nice sometimes, but majority of the time that I use it, the backing always gets stuck for some reason. So here I will be doing the roses, and once I can get all the roses on the transfer tape, I will peel the backing off and then still use that backing to cover the back so that I make sure that this will be even on the Starbucks cup. So now I am working on the Ghostface Valentine's Day cup order. So I ended up having to recut him out, which is why you kind of already see the pink drip around the top, and then there's some hearts on the cup. I'm just adding him on there, and then the words "No, you hang up." So I originally did him. I layered everything on top, his face, the phone, everything. And then I sprayed the cup. I do the water method for big pieces of vinyl, and that's on stainless cups as well as these acrylic cups. and it helps to get the bubbles out. So you saw me spray some water on there, and now I'm just kind of squeegeeing everything out, and it definitely helps to not have any bubbles on the cup. So originally, before I had to recut him out, I went ahead and layered him before putting him on the cup with everything, and then I went to try to squeegee everything, and it wasn't working out because I'm scraping other vinyl that's on top and messing that up, and I hated how it looked. So I was like, let me just recut everything and try to make it perfect and do the black first, which I've made this cup before. So I thought that, you know, I could possibly get away with just going ahead and layering everything, but just to kind of make the video a little bit quicker, just to go ahead and do all of that. But I should have went with my instincts, which I already know. I always place the background first if there's multiple layers, and then I add it. I know there's a lot of people that do their layering, which the only reason why I do it this way is because I'm doing the water method, the squeegee method, the water, everything. So that is the only reason why I am layering them individually. Otherwise, if it's just a regular cup and I just need to layer it and put it on there without doing any water, then yes, I do it that way. But if you're doing the water method, I advise to not do your layering first and just do the black, so it's easier to just smooth out one vinyl versus 3 different vinyls, if that makes sense. So once he was all squeegeed out and, you know, bump free, which you can poke little holes in there as well if you need to make sure that, you know, any of the holes will seep or get all the water out from underneath. I feel like this was definitely the easier route to do. I just hate it. I hate when I have to recut out anything, but I have pretty much had to suck it up and redo it because I should have just did it to begin with. So yeah, but the hearts and the drip around the rim were perfectly fine. So okay, so now that all the cups have their vinyl, I am going to be adding a strip of gold so that it looks like sand at the bottom of this cup on the outside. So here I am just putting some masking tape in a straight line as best as I possibly can. And then I'm going to be adding saran wrap around the cup so that no paint gets on the inside of the cup where it doesn't need to go. So I will be using this gold spray paint at the bottom and then adding some gold glitter. So now that we're getting everything pretty much wrapped up here, I am going to go spray this, add the glitter, and then I will show you guys the end result of everything. Okay, so here is the finished Ghostface Valentine's Day cup order that I completed. Definitely love it. I did rhinestone the lid. I spray painted the lid and then just added some rhinestones. And then here is the leopard print. You can kind of see the color shift within the leopard print with the Mod Podge iridescent spray that I used. I know it's a little gloomy outside. It's not as bright out like I wanted it to be. I just love it. Here is the rose gold with that bubble bath mica powder that I put in there. Super cute. I love how pink it is. And I have like a pink straw in there that I got from Amazon. And then the black straws that I use, I also got from Amazon as well. And I love this cup. Okay, I did put epoxy on here to make sure that the glitter at the bottom was sealed. I used some white alcohol ink and then my heat gun. And I love it. So thank you guys so much for watching.